Our long national nightmare is over. It's mid-May and we've got NFL schedules to break down. Yeah! How long it's been since we've had the chance to look at a calendar and then just sync up the matchups we already knew were happening. But hey, it's football. It's spring. We'll take it. There is one rule to Fight Club here, and that is I'm not including divisional matchups because we see those matchups twice a year, every year. So I can't get all that fired up about things that we see consistently twice a season. So scrap all the divisional matchups. As good as they might be, I'm not using them in my top 5 of this upcoming season. That's the rule. Before we rank the top 5 matchups of the 2024 NFL season, just a little reminder to subscribe to this channel. Don't you love these videos? They are DA deep dives. They are free, and you've got to get notifications when they are up. So subscribe, click on the button below, and you'll be notified when we go live on Sunday nights with Watch DA Live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the YouTube channel. Doesn't that sound amazing? The number 5 matchup of this upcoming season takes us to the opener. How can we get better than a rematch of the AFC Championship game? It's week 1, it's game 1, it's Thursday Night Football on NBC, and it's Chiefs and Ravens from Arrowhead Stadium. I can tell you this from personal experience, having worked and lived in Kansas City for nearly 5 years, about 15 to 20 years ago now. And that is, going to Arrowhead is a spiritual experience for me. I love coming over the hillside on the interstate and just seeing wafts, plumes of barbecue smoke coming into the air and a whole bunch of domestic light beer cans being cracked at every corner of this parking lot. You've got caravans and Winnebagos, you've got overnight campers and tailgates going on for days, the entire weekend, and it culminates with a home of the Chiefs chant. Plus, you get Lamar and the Ravens there to open up the season in prime time. This chef's kiss is number 5. But why is it only number 5? A rematch of the AFC title game and perhaps the winner inside track all ready to go to a Super Bowl? Because it's only week 1 and I need drama to build as the season moves along and perhaps maybe some weather to get involved as well. And so it can only make number 5 if it's week number 1. Number 4 on this list is a brand new entrant into the class of the most interesting teams in the NFL, and that would be C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans, as they will take on the Green Bay Packers in Week 7. And we're about inching our way to halfway through the season, and Jordan Love versus C.J. Stroud from Lambeau Field feels big. I love this Texans team. I love D'Amico Ryans, and who doesn't love C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson, the array of young wide receivers that they have there, and the big step forward last season, winning a playoff game, winning their division, and completely turning around the franchise. I also love Jordan Love, and I think the Packers have a real chance to be the NFC representative in the Super Bowl. And so we look for unique matchups in Texans and Packers from Lambeau Field Week 7. Yeah, that feels nice. That feels like 2 great young quarterbacks dueling. I like it. That's my number 4. Number 3 matchup of these top 5 and of the season is the Bills and the Lions in mid-December. Oh yeah, this is all the makings of a lot of playoff positioning on the line here and 2 dynamic offenses. I know the Bills have knocked on the door for a number of years, but at some point they'll break through, I believe. And for the Detroit Lions, I mean, this is a Lions squad coming off an NFC Championship game appearance for the first time in more than 30 years and should have been in the Super Bowl. Dan Campbell just kicked the field goal. I'll tell you what, I think this matchup's going to be fantastic. And I think by the time we get to mid-December, there's a lot on the line for both of these teams and both of these quarterbacks. Jared Goff has made all of the difference in the world in Detroit. Josh Allen's still the stud in Buffalo. It's 2 teams still trying to get to a place they've never gone as organizations, holding the Vince Lombardi trophy. So yeah, we're deep enough into the season where I gotta feel like this is a shootout with a lot on the line. Bills-Lions, number 3. The number 2 matchup on my list is once again the Baltimore Ravens, but let's insert the Los Angeles Chargers and the craziness of Jim Harbaugh returning to the NFL and living in a camper down by the river or the ocean, however it is that you want to kind of tackle that. But still, this is a Chargers team with Justin Herbert and finally a coach committed to a ground game, protecting Herbert, and making sure he didn't have to do everything for the Chargers to win. I think late in this season, we will have a Chargers team. This is week 12 on Monday Night Football, competing for a playoff spot. I absolutely believe the Chargers win total is over what the Vegas experts think it's going to be. I think this is a double-digit win team. Give me 10 or 11 wins for the Chargers. I think they'll be very good, and this is for playoff positioning against one of the beasts of the AFC. Ravens, Chargers, week 12, Monday night, Lamar versus Herbert, and Harbaugh versus Harbaugh. Yes, the new Harbaugh. I'll take it as my number 2. And for my number 1 tastiest matchup of the 2024 NFL season, we're going to take 2 teams we've already listed here in the top 5, smash them together in mid-November with history embedded in the matchup as well. That would be the Chiefs and the Bills from Buffalo. Oh, the Bills make me want to shout, and the Chiefs have all the jewelry. And these teams have met in the postseason, and each and every time, the Chiefs seem to have the upper hand. But in the regular season, the Bills have found ways to knock off Kansas City. But can they do so this time around as the Chiefs are defending back-to-back Super Bowl champs? Think about Bills Mafia with the Chiefs in the building nearing Thanksgiving. That thing will be insane. Zubaz and turkey legs for everybody. I love the rivalry. I love the history. I love the scene. I love that it's late in the season, and I think it's going to be glorious. Chiefs and Bills. That's my number 1 best matchup of the upcoming NFL season. Just a few honorable mentions before we get out of here. I didn't put Chiefs and Bengals in that top 5 because it's so early in the season. I think it's potentially an AFC Championship game preview as well. Boy, I love me some Joe Burrow. And these 2 teams, they really do have bad blood. But week 2, I can't get too excited about. We had the Bills, we had the Ravens, both in the top 5. The Bills and the Ravens will match up against one another in week number 4 on Sunday Night Football. But again, it's the first month of the season. I can't include that in my top 5. Later in the season, Texans and Lions, week number 10. This is just on the outside looking in of my top 5. But I just thought Lions-Bills in mid-December tops a week 10 game, but still this one's very interesting. And I didn't include the Niners in my top 5 matchups of the season, but the Niners take on the Bills in week 13 on Sunday Night Football. And that one obviously has a lot of playoff implications as well. But after 2 Super Bowl losses by the Niners, I just don't find them to be one of the most interesting couple of teams in the NFL, so I'm shutting them out on my top 5. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Remember to subscribe to the channel by clicking on this button right here and leave a comment below. What's your favorite matchup of the upcoming NFL season? Is it one that I didn't name? Well, leave it below right there. Beep, 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 beep. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks, everybody, for subscribing. Once again, click on this button right next to me so that you get updates of new videos and when we go live on Sunday nights. I'm DA, Damon Amendolara. We'll see you next time.